Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. As I'm trying to figure out my schedules and everything, I just had to pop back up here just to talk about a very not so talked about, quite personal subject, but I want to share with you just because I found it was so important. It played such a big role in my life nowadays. I'm just gonna start by asking you a few questions. Have you ever fallen asleep while driving? Experienced memory loss or difficulty concentrating? Made random mistakes due to that lack of concentration? You've had trouble losing weight? I know I have. Grinding or clenching your teeth, especially while sleeping? Yeah. Snoring, waking up unrefreshed, feeling irritable? Now, if you've listened so far, you probably realize I'm talking about sleep apnea. Now, I knew about this since back in my college days. I studied about it, but all they said was people with sleep apnea snored and had periods of when they stopped breathing during their sleep. That's about all I knew about it. So it's not a very glorified topic, it's not very popular, and it's definitely not something that somebody is just screaming up on top of the roof talking about. But for me, after many years of falling asleep while driving long distances, months of feeling overwhelmed and irritable, I decided to ask my doctor for a referral to get a sleep test done. I diagnosed myself, I went to my doctor and asked him for a referral, and I confirmed it. The symptoms I mentioned earlier are only some. There's a long list of, if you think about it, if your brain is not rested, it's not getting enough sleep, it's not getting enough oxygen during the night, then it's not really recovering from anything, and your sleep is very affected, and therefore your days, weeks, months, and years ahead might get more and more difficult, especially after you had 3 kids. So there are obviously, after saying all the symptoms, some health issues associated with the lack of good recovering sleep. Some of those being heart disease, depression and anxiety, increased blood pressure, stroke, obviously. If your blood pressure is going up, your chances of having a stroke much higher. Weight gain, because you have trouble losing weight. Another one is diabetes. So the doctor referred me to a company here in Canada called CanSleep. After I was referred, I got, set up my appointment, and I went there and I got a 2-night test done. It's a high-level testing where they basically check your pulse, your oxygen intake, my sternum elevation. The therapist went through everything with me step by step, and that was a no-brainer. And then after I did that, 2 specialists of the University of British Columbia analyzed the data and drew their conclusions based on what they had in front of them. And they determined that I had a moderate obstructive hypopnea, which is basically a partial blockage of my airways, which causes the snoring and all that stuff, and the lack of sleep and the lack of oxygen and everything else we're talking about here. Something called the AHI, which I have no idea what it stands for, but it's basically the number of times that you stop breathing per hour. It's also the number that determines how severe your apnea is. So mine is moderate. Based on that, I got on a 30-day trial with a CPAP machine, which is, and if you've ever seen any movies or heard anything about sleep apnea, is that you get to use one of those machines that help keep your airways open while you're sleeping so you don't snore, and you have the proper oxygen intake that your body actually needs. So during those 30 days, I got to try on different masks. My therapist, ever so kindly, always kept in touch. She was very knowledgeable about everything that was going on. And if I had any type of question, felt any sort of ways, didn't feel great, felt great, had masks making marks on my face and all that stuff, she was always there helping me. There's more than one, but I only got to interact with the one person, and she was excellent. She showed me how to properly use the machine, find what I need from the machine, clean it. CPAP machines are not cheap, okay? But if your insurance does not cover it, they have ways of helping you even in the financial department. So yeah, don't let that stop you. In that 1 month, I'm telling you, I have learned so much than any of those brain books ever taught me. Anyways, my goal with this video is not telling you all only about my life, but it's also to encourage you, if you've been feeling any of those symptoms, if you know it's something that maybe crossed your minds once or twice and you don't really know about that, you don't really know what caused it, especially here in Canada, it didn't cost me a thing to get the sleep test done. And you know, if it was negative, I didn't have it, then that would be a bonus. If the test does come back positive, then you know there's something you can do about it. You know, you can improve so much of your life. All the extra tiredness, overwhelming feelings was really dragging me down, and I didn't clue in early enough. Like, I could have done that years ago, honestly, but it took like one big thing that just came crashing on my life to get it going. For years, I've accepted new symptoms as, you know, that's the new normal. You know, that's probably been normal. Like, I'm a mom, I have 3 kids, I have nobody to help. Obviously, I'm tired. Of course I'm tired. I mean, who wouldn't be? You know, when maybe I would have felt better all this time. Maybe it would have been much easier to cope with a lot of other things if I had just gotten it done. I literally forgot what waking up refreshed and, you know, that feeling like, okay, you're ready to tackle the day. I forgot what that feels like. It takes a few weeks for the therapy using the CPAP machine to actually show any effects, but you know, I'm hoping that it will be what makes the difference for me to have a more energetic life, a more present, focused life. How much quicker can I get things done? Oh my god, that's another one, don't get me started. And this, more than anything, made me want to take more control, a better control, a smarter control of my health. Because I exercise a lot. When I mention trouble losing weight, I mean trouble losing weight. Years before, I would gain weight but lose it just as fast. And now it's dragging. And trust me, when I'm going to the gym, I work out. Like, I should have been dropping those things like they never existed. But no, they're here, like stubborn and stuff. And well, remember in a few videos I mentioned how after I work out, if I needed a nap, I had to take a nap. That's because I was, after those intense workouts, I couldn't go on for the day. Like, I was tired. Turns out it wasn't normal, and I didn't realize that. I'm gonna leave the details for my friends here in this side of Canada. You can contact CanSleep. I will post all the details down below in the description, and then you can click on the link and there's an assessment you can have online. You can give them a phone call, you can ask your doctor for a referral and just go straight there. And I'm telling you, even just so you have your peace of mind that this is not it, it's worth looking into. So anyway, that's what's been going on with me, and I hope that my story will inspire you to get better sooner so that you don't have to live with the consequences that could come from that if it's left untreated. Be in charge of your health, have a better health all the time. So please, 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 if you get anything from this, talk to your doctor. That is all I'm gonna talk about today about sleep apnea. I will talk to you later. Be better, be healthy. Bye!